Glyphosate weed killer, a toxic chemical used to kill weeds. Now, fortunately, Thanet Council are now using foam stream, a type of hot foam that kills the weeds. But unfortunately, Kent County Council are still using glyphosate, a toxic weed killer. Now, how are we going to stop that? We're going to use one of the most powerful tools in our toolbox, our vote. And I'm meeting with two candidates from the Green Party who, if elected, will have a bit of influence in what KCC do. And we have a very real possibility of this toxic chemical stopped being used in our streets. So what's your thoughts on it, Mike?
So yes, we need
and
to...
you're running for Broadstairs?
I'm running for Broadstairs, yeah, Broadstairs Division. Yeah, as you say, we're really pleased that Thanet District Council have stopped using it. And a lot of that is down to campaigning by us and others, but County Council need to stop using it, and we need to elect people who are committed to making sure they do stop using it, and I'm committed to making sure they do stop using it.
Brilliant, great.
That's what I'll be calling for when I'm a Kent County Councillor.
It's a real opportunity. And Becky, so you're running for
Ramsgate, where KCC do use a lot of glyphosate, and it's used and we're not aware it's being used. And my dog fell ill after I was shortly elected in 2019, and while there was no direct link to the glyphosate, there definitely was a suggestion that she fell ill because she'd been rooting around in the
so they don't just get it on their nose when they're sniffing and scenting, they might walk in it and then groom themselves.
So that triggered me in 2019 to ask a question of TDC. I didn't get much of a response in 2019, so the Greens kept going, and in 2023 we asked the question again and put a bit more pressure, and that resulted in TDC moving away from glyphosate
well done
and into using the hot foam.
It's a big achievement,
which isn't as effective, but it's not as harmful, and TDC are now only using it where there's a health and safety risk or buildings structural issues.
Fundamentally we need to use it where it's needed, but we see KCC quad bikes with their glyphosate just carelessly spraying the whole place. We should be targeting, but I am a big fan of the foam stream. I do think it's more effective. It's sort of 3 treatments a year, and it's so much better.
I mean, physical removal is the most effective.
Yeah, and you do a lot of that, don't you?
Because we've done a lot of physically removing.
Because otherwise it can block up the gutters and
KCC have pledged that where there aren't any weeds, so if you can clear outside your own house or business, then they won't spray, which is a step in the right direction. But you know, a weed is just a plant in the wrong place, and we really do need to get used to seeing plants in the wrong place, and dandelions are particularly important this time of year because they're the first food source.
So that's great. So with these elections we've actually got a real possibility of having a shake up and stopping the use of glyphosate. So think about your vote.